About 5 months ago, I read one article from US Department of State. You must have seen the article where they predicted that Nigeria will cease to exist by 2030. Now, after reading the book, I came to realize so many things. In this video, I'm going to tell you 3 things that is going to happen if Nigeria remains one till 2030. 3 things that is going to happen. Now, before we go into that, I want you to listen to this video before I tell you what is going to happen in 2030 if Nigeria still remain one.
Listen, the way they will form only Lagos State and they will have their police, then okay, what of the other side? Then that is the difference. That is mean you want to share this country to Lagos State only to be the headquarters. Okay, if that is what this president, since he come, he renovated President House in Dodombara. He renovated by President Dodombara in Lagos. Why the other president doesn't renovate the house? And anywhere is traveling, he doesn't hand over to vice president. Vice president remain as a vice president. He doesn't hand over to him. He only carry his son. Anywhere he's going, he's carrying his son. I saw him in France shaking Marco. I saw him in Qatar. I saw him in Guinea, Equatorial Guinea. Is the son? Is he president? Do we vote him? Is he a minister? Where is our foreign minister? He pushed all of them in the bench. This person is not ready for Nigeria. It's only a family game and they will not take it, Oga. We don't have, me, I only respect. I don't fear anybody. I don't fear arrest. I don't fear to death. That is what. Then secondly, nobody, president cannot bring France soldiers to northern Nigeria. I heard they will come to Kaduna and Sokoto. It's a lie. They will never come there. Me, I'm retired military. I can go back to uniform and check those people out. They can never. They will never. Niger, send them off. Mali, all the France colonies, send them out. Why are we working with France? What is the achievement with France? The colonies where they colonize those people, they want out, and they are not with them. Then why is the president eager for France? If he carry them, he will drop them in Lagos. But in another soil, anywhere from Kwara down, we will resist, and they will not take it. And nobody, we have a combatant, 3 military officer. The chief of defense side is an infantry. Chief of army side is this. We have a strike air force. We have navy who can fight for us. Why do we go and bring higher soldiers? Say they will fight for us in the north. We don't need them, Mr. President. Nobody will come to our soil or slow minerals. From that minerals, that's what they did in Renault in Niger. 64, they don't have the this. It is yesterday they take control of the Renault in Arlik, in Agada. So we will not take that thing, Mr. President. Those foreigners you discuss with them MOU, fine. The MOU will remain in Lagos. It's not for Kaduna, it's not for Kanu, it's not for Zamfara. In the northern soil as well from Kwara, we will not take that MOU. You cannot go and do MOU without carrying the governor alone. Do you have a ground? All the rent in the ground belong to the governors, not to federal government. Federal government doesn't have land in government. Governor have the rule of the land. That is why they have the steps here. So you cannot control their land, say you bring people. Nobody will take them and they will don't need France or Jawaga. If you have anything with Macron or you are anything, that is your friendship. You as a president to president. Then all your plan, Mr. President, we have seen it. You don't, if you are traveling, you carry the whole government will not function till you come back. Kashim have nothing to do with when you come back. He cannot call for a meeting. He cannot call for any meeting. He only remain there till you come back. Everything is stepped down till you come back. Mr. President, we bought you because of Kashimo from the north. He's presenting us and he's a vice president. You are the only president that doesn't hand over to vice president when you are going. You say you are working leave. Which working leave? You are not only working leave, Oga. If you are going hand over to vice president, that is why he is there. Simple. If you don't do it, fine. Whether you do it or you not do 2027, Oga, you are going. We will not vote you because we understand where you are going. You are not focusing on the north. You are not focusing on the east. You are not focusing on the south. You are only focusing in the west. And the west only Lagos. Why? Do we? Well, no problem. Do anything you want. But when you are going, Oga, is the constitution you must hand over to vice president, so that activities will continue and nothing like working leave. You travel, you say you're working leave. I'm a retired military officer. If I'm traveling, as a CEO, I hand over to my battalion twice. As a OC, I hand over to my 2OC in the company. As a brigade commander, you carry the most senior CO to head the brigade until when you come back. If it's GOC, it's the same thing. If it's Chief Army Staff, it's the same thing. Why are you, if you are traveling, you don't hand over to vice president, you just go. And vice president cannot tell you something to do. He's the chairman of committee on economy. When he said that, he said they withdraw the bill. I expected you to withdraw the bill. When Buhari was traveling, he handed over to Osubanjo. Osubanjo removed the director of SS that time, Deora. When he come back, he did not talk. But your own is different, Mr. President. It's different. You take us as if you don't know what we are doing, or we are fool. We are not fool. We are educated as we are educated. We go school as you go school. So you cannot challenge us for anything, and you cannot intimidate us. Nobody will carry any France soldiers to North. We will not accept it. We have a combatant soldiers. Give them money to fight these people. That's why you want to give a contract of 15 trillion to your son. 15 trillion on the land when we don't have even a single road in the whole Nigeria. What are we talking about? And all road will start from Lagos. You say Badagry to Lagos. All that to an Oga is not a true. We don't believe it. You buy aircraft without sending the money to Senate for approval. 150 billion. You buy vehicle of 1.5 billion. Are you the only Nigeria, Oga? Because you are number one citizen. Masses cannot even feed 1 square meal. Masses are dying. The statistic we make now, 6,868 people die for hunger, not natural death. We do a statistic, natural death. You can see the grape. The grape of those one who die for hungry, the grape is shareable. It's not like the people who are sick. You see the grape big and the other one is just machete because already it is only bone remain. So what are you talking about? Hungry is killing people and you are bringing another different bill. Mr. President, you have to suit up hungry is killing.
People are shouting as if they are not the ones that aided the manipulation that brought this current president. People are now regretting. It's too early to regret whatever you did against your fellow man because of the interest you have towards power and rulership. Now, the three things that are going to happen in Nigeria by 2030, not 2027, no, by 2030, if Nigeria is still one, if nothing happens to this country did not divide by 2030. Number one thing that is going to happen by 2030, anybody that raises his voice against the government to talk about things that are not working must not exist in Nigeria. You will only have people like Mayegun, David Hunde, people who are not living in Nigeria. They are the only people who will have voice to criticize the government. If you speak anything against the government, you will find yourself in prison, you will find yourself in detention. It is going to be autocratic. Military regime will be far better than what you are going to be seeing in Nigeria. So that is number one thing that is going to happen in Nigeria. A lot of people might say, oh, this thing is already happening. No. It is not happening already because the worst is going to come. You are going to see a lot of things like, nothing like freedom of speech. You can't even go to Channel Television or Arise News to say the government is not trying. When you are just living there, you see yourself in the prison. That is number one thing that is going to be happening in this geographical entity called Nigeria if it does not separate before 2030. Now, let's go to number two. The second thing that will happen in Nigeria if Nigeria did not divide by 2030, mind you, I'm not talking about 2027, 2030 is that laws of persona about the Sharia law in the Nigerian constitution must be removed. Yeah, it is going to be removed. It is going to be removed in the sense that so many states in the northern Nigeria today have already declared that their state is Islamic state, right? I am still to see a state that declared that this is a traditional state or this is Jewish state or this is a Christian state. I have not seen it, right? Maybe Port Harcourt, I don't know. But I have not seen that official statement from a state where they declare that this state is a Christian state and everything about Christianity is going to dominate and rule in that state. But we have so many states from the northern extractions where they have Sharia law. They have declared that this state is a Sharia state. And it is happening. Remember what happened about a few weeks ago in the House of Representatives, where they wanted to remove the clause persona so that the Sharia law in Nigerian constitution will be effective to everyone, not just the Muslim. So it is not a matter of choice anymore. It will become a matter of obligation. That is what the law does. For people who are saying if they like, let them remove the clause persona, it doesn't concern us. It concerns you. When they remove the clause persona, it will now mandate you to do everything that the law stipulates. If you refuse to do that, when you violate such article, when you get to court, you will understand that there is difference between 6 and half a dozen, even though they are the same figure. So what I'm trying to tell you is that by 2030, Nigeria will be fully or almost a Sharia country. Well, a lot of people still look at it as something impossible. If you think it is impossible, go and ask Iran. Listen, go and Google the history of Iran before and look at the life they were living before they adopted Sharia law and look at everything just scattered. Look about Turkey. Before the Sharia law came to Turkey, Turkey was almost 80% or 90% Christians. But after Sharia law came, little by little, it wiped them out. And the strategy of the Turkey is that they first put the Sharia law in the constitution. And that was how everybody now come to subject under the constitution. So that is the same strategy that they are using in Nigeria. And if Nigeria is still one till 2030, this is just a free news that I'm giving to you. Either you say God forbid or God did not forbid. If Nigeria is still one by 2030, you might be under Sharia, and there is no two ways about it. Then, the third thing that will happen, and that is the most dangerous thing, by 2030, go and write this thing I'm going to tell you now. Every state in Nigeria will be under APC. If Nigeria did not divide, every state in Nigeria will be under APC. This state capture, you see, any state that APC is ruling, it will be easy for them to do what they want. Don't forget that this APC is not just Tinubu's party. This is called not party. So when you are talking about the APC, what they normally do, APC spreads terrorism, insecurity from every proof that we have. Right from the time Buhari entered since 2015 up till now, you see so many people that have accused APC, and we have the videos, we have the proofs and everything. So that is what is going to happen. Nigeria is just going to become one party state under Sharia that we just make everything to be easy. And in the implementation of all this state capture and so on and so forth, don't forget about politics of bitterness that Hopus Odema, Okocha then keep on talking about. There will be killings. The more killings you are seeing in the north now, bombs, everything, is just NATO. Before 2030, there will be constant killing. There will be constant killing. That will even make so many countries to be interested that Nigeria should divide. And that time, it's not going to be something that they will do peacefully. So these are the three things that is going to happen in Nigeria by 2030 if Nigeria still remain well. This, my prediction, is out of studying what is just happening today. By 2015, I was talking about what is going to happen today. It is not by any foresight. It is by prediction, seeing what is going on today and predicting what is going to happen tomorrow. Let me know what you think about these predictions.